Hi, my name is Michelle Pritchard, and I am a hairstylist who works behind the chair full time. My mission is to share with you some hot tips and secrets so that you can have salon ready hair every single day. Today's look, all about the beach wave. Yes, it's been trending. We're seeing it on stars and everyday people, and guess what? That trend is not going anywhere anytime soon. So what I would love to do is just share with you some hot tips in making that look super simple, breaking it down so that it takes you no time at all to accomplish. And guess what? This is a look that you can put together and sleep on it, and it can last you 2 to 3 days. So who doesn't want a beautiful, sexy, tousled look that's gonna last you a few days? If you're interested in how I get this look, keep watching because you're not gonna wanna miss this. Okay, so before we get started, let's talk about the tools we're gonna need. So we're obviously going to need a curling iron so that we can get that wave. Today, I have with me my hot tools. This is a 1 1/4 inch. You can go a little smaller or a little bigger. It really just depends on how big of a wave that you're looking to achieve. The second product that we're gonna wanna use is a heat protectant curling spray. So this is gonna do 2 things for you. It's gonna protect up to 450 degrees, which is definitely gonna be amazing for our strands because we don't want to damage them from putting heat on them. And then also it has a heat activation. So anything that we curl is what's really gonna give it that longevity. So if you struggle with keeping your curls in, I promise you this product is not gonna let you down. This is the Redken Iron Shape, and it's an amazing thermal protectant. So we're gonna need that. We're also gonna want to use a dry shampoo. What a dry shampoo is gonna do, because we talked about this look being a look that we want to last for a couple of days. So a dry shampoo, a lot of times people think, oh, let me put that in on the 2nd day or on the 3rd day. No, put it in on the 1st day, because as those oils start to come out, the dry shampoo is going to be working as they're coming out to play. So therefore your oil, it's going to be absorbing it as time goes on, and then you can certainly put a little bit more in on the 2nd day, on the 3rd day, but start out with it because it's going to be working as it's coming out. So this is Kerastase Powder Bluff. Love this line, love this dry shampoo. It's by far one of my favorite dry shampoos I've used. And then last but not least, we're going to be using a texture spray. This is gonna be at the end of our look, and this is gonna just really give us some volume and some texture and grow that so that we have that sort of beachy, gritty hair. So I'll show you what that looks like a little later on once we get the curls in. But let's get started with the curls first. So we're gonna pick up our dry shampoo, and we're going to be distributing that through our hair. So what we want to make sure we're doing is actually going into the root. So pick up your hair. Don't just spray on top. We actually want to go into the hair because that's where it gets, the grease comes out. So we want to pick up the hair strand and spray into the hair. And then on the other side. Okay, good. And then just give yourself a little scalp massage. Not only does it feel super amazing, but it's just distributing that product so that it's nice and evenly distributed through the hair. All right, perfect. So now we're gonna pick up our iron shape. There's a couple of ways you can do a heat protectant spray. You can certainly spray each strand before you go in and curl, but what I love to do, because what we're talking about is really cutting down on the time, is spray it into the section, into all the hair before you get started. So what we're gonna be curling is more towards the ends, not at the root. So we're just gonna go through, and where we did the dry shampoo with the root, we're gonna take our heat protectant spray and we're gonna actually spray that into the ends of the hair. Now what that does is it gets it into the hair, and we're working smarter, not harder, so that we can go really fast when it comes into curling. So now just through the ends on this side. And this product is a little, like it feels a little wet. So So you want to kind of like air it out a little bit. And now we'll get started curling. So I'm kind of going with a center part already, so I'm just gonna go with that. You can certainly make it a little off center if you want, or more to the side, but we're gonna definitely go with the center part. And you know, I talk about parting the hair off a lot, but in this situation, less is more. So let's just do two sides. So what I've done is I'm just creating a center part going all the way back, and I have my hair all to one side and then the other side. Okay, so just two sections, because again, we want this to go really super fast. Now, whatever side you start on with your curling, that's the side. Keep the opposite side all the way forward. You can certainly clip this if you want to, just put a clip right here, or you can just leave it forward. A lot of times I just leave it forward, but you know, if you're learning or if you're struggling, or if your hair is a little shorter and it doesn't stay in the front of you, just certainly throw a clip in there. But what we're gonna do is we're then just gonna take that hair and put it behind your back. And I say this to all my clients too. This is exactly how I teach them in the salon. And then we're gonna start in the front and we're gonna take about an inch section. And you can see I have a little bit of a short bang here. I just incorporate it into this section because we're just looking for a little bit of a bend. So by putting it in with that section and not curling it on its own is going to really help so that it doesn't get too tight, because we're just looking for a little bend, a little movement. And now we're gonna come in with our iron. What we're gonna do, this actually has a lip, so you can see right here that this opens up. A lot of you at home will have one that has a thumb, and the thumb pushes it up and out. So don't worry about it. So it has the lip. We're actually just gonna keep everything closed. So keep this closed, don't open it, just to make it super simple. And we're gonna come in, we're gonna take the hair, and we're gonna point our irons upside down. The iron is now gonna become behind the hair, and we're going to go away from the face. Now you can see that I'm not super high up on the strand, I'm lower, so you're looking at mid-lengths. And then you can see right here that I'm holding this hair out. We want to leave a little bit of that hair out because we want a straighter edge. Now the straighter edge is what's gonna give it that beachy sort of worn-in look. And then I'm just gonna hold it here for a second and then just gently let it down. And you can see how it's straighter, wave, straighter again. So that's what we're looking for, that's what we want to accomplish. So now we're just gonna keep moving through the hair, and we're gonna take another inch section right behind the first one. So bring it towards the face, so you're actually gonna direct the hair towards the mirror, holding it towards the mirror. Iron goes upside down and behind your hair, and then you're just going to curl away from the face. Now you can see that each one of my pieces are separated. So they're separated, they're not on top of each other. And then we're leaving this end out. That's just gonna create more even curl. And then I'm just tapping here to see if it's warm. The minute it's warm everywhere, then I'm gonna let it go and I'm gonna catch that curl. And then I'm just gonna gently drop it down. And then grab your whole section and then take another sliver of about an inch. And then we're just gonna keep directing this towards the mirror. Iron goes upside down behind because we're looking for that beach. So sometimes I'll say, you know, every other curl, one would go towards, one would go away, one would go towards, one would go to away. But for the traditional beach wave, we're gonna take everything away. And then we're just gonna drop that out and then simply drop this down. And then I pull the hair straight out, and then I just peel off about an inch section and keep moving. Iron goes behind, wrap it around, tail holds out, catch the curl, hold it for a second, gently drop it down. Now I'm gonna go salon speed, boom, boom, out, check the curl, put my hand on. Is it heating up? Is it heating up? Starting to get warm. So however many seconds, a lot of people try and count. Don't count, just feel the hair. Okay, it's warm, boom. Gently set that down. Peel another piece off. I have about one more curl left. Iron goes behind. Tail out. Warm, catch, gently drop down. Last section. Behind, wrap, hold tail, tap with my middle finger. Keep feeling for the hair to be warm. Catch the curl and drop down. So just like that. Now, as this starts to cool, a lot of times we want to sort of like look at it and we obsess over the shape. Don't touch it. Trust the process. Let it cool. The curl sets when it's cooling. So if you're having difficulty with that longevity of the curl, don't touch it. The more you play with it, the more you touch it, the more it's gonna fall. So we're gonna come back to it once it's not hot anymore, once we can feel it and there's no warmth to the hair, then we'll put our fingers through, then we'll put the product through, and I promise you that's what's gonna really keep the longevity. So we're just gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. So this hair is now in front. This hair we're gonna put behind, or I just said that wrong. We're actually gonna put this hair behind, leave this forward because you've directed it all forward, and now we're gonna start on this side and come forward. So taking a section on this side. Now, here's the kicker. Here's what I do in the salon, here's what I do at home, and here's what I would suggest you try to do. You're gonna switch hands. So on this side, on this side, I had my hand holding the curling iron in my right hand. When I come to the left side, I switch hands. Why do I do that? Because we want the barrel to be upside down, and it's easier for me to do this on this side. If I come here, it's gonna be harder for me to get around and keep pulling it forward. So try what works for you at home, but making a suggestion, switch hands because you're wrapping, and then you can come right in and you can wrap that right around. So try that, see if it works for you. Let me know how it goes. And then touch that. Is it hot? Catch the curl. Lay it down gently. And we're just gonna do the same exact thing on this side that we did on this side. So I'm just gonna go a little faster. I'm gonna do this whole thing salon speed. So 1 inch section. Iron comes behind the hair. We wrap away from the face. Tail stays out. You can see how much of that tail, and you can kind of go back and forth. You can do more tail, less tail, more tail, less tail, and that just gives it more of that worn in look. And then just gently drop that curl. So about a 1 inch section. Last section. All right, So there you have it. You have your Beachwave, and this is what it looks like before we touch it and before we break it up and give it more of that texture. So as I'm feeling this, I can literally feel that this is still warm on this side, so that means that I don't want to touch it yet. Now I can come on this side and I can start to feel that that has definitely cooled down, but just for the sake of the argument, I'm gonna wait 2 minutes before I put anything on this side, before I touch it or put any product in it. So let the 2 minutes start now. Okay, so my curls are cooled. They are so cool to the touch. So now we can start to put our hands through it and put the product that we talked about earlier, which is our Shuamora Texture Wave. I love this stuff. You guys, I seriously cannot live without this. For all these sort of worn in textured looks, it is absolutely amazing. So this is, it kind of like reminds you of a dry shampoo, but where the dry shampoo is just to go in and absorb the oils, it's not really going to give any texture or grip to the hair. This is actually going to give texture, grip, and it also does absorb oils too, so you're going to get a double dose of that. But the other one just is meant to do that, so we definitely want to put that in first. And now we're going to go in. So give this a little shake, and then we're going to go in similar to how we did with the dry shampoo, but we're actually going to go root to tip. So we're going to come in, we're going to take those same sections, and we're gonna spray all the way through the ends. The reason we wanna pick the hair up is so that we're getting even distribution. If we just kinda go all on top, then we're not really getting it all throughout the hair. So you just wanna kinda pick up the hair and move the nozzle throughout the hair. So you can already see how this is. Do you see the difference from this side to this side? So we're getting more of that sort of beachier, big, because when you think about it, your hair in the summer or your hair at the beach, you know, because of the humidity, love it or hate it, the humidity swells your hair. It makes it a little bigger. So this is giving us more of that sexy sort of lioness, Victoria's Secret, beachy hair. So you can already see the difference in this side versus this side. Pretty awesome, right? This product, I swear, is just amazing. Everybody needs it in your product bin, I promise you. All right, so now we're gonna come in on this side and we're just gonna do the same thing. All right, so there you have it. This is your Beachwave, your sort of effortlessly done look. And like I said in the beginning of this video, you can sleep on this for at least 1 night, 2 nights if you don't have super oily hair, and you can touch it up or not. I'm telling you, I wake up in the morning and I kind of just give this a zhuzh, maybe like redistribute some product through, whether it be my dry shampoo or my texture spray, and I'm ready for the day. So I hope you guys love it. I hope you'll try it out. Please let me know how it goes for you. And I look forward to sharing more hot tips and secrets with you so that you can have salon ready hair every single day. Thank you so much for watching.